Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be debating with my own father, and I'm going to be talking about energy and how I see it, and he'll be having his responses. So my theory is that every thought that we have is not necessarily our own thought. Here's what I mean. The thoughts that I just put into your head are thoughts that are now in your mind. But me saying that might have not originated with my own soul. It might have originated with me being inspired by something else. So it all traces back to the very beginning and how one thing leads to another and another leads to another. With this being said, I want to know what this all means, what this all implies, what we can gain from this knowledge that everything is not the original thing, and everything passes on from one thing to another. So first of all, my question to you is, do you believe that the thoughts that I have just impregnated your mind with are your own thoughts, or from me? Or what is the source of these thoughts that you just have now?
For me?
Yeah.
That your thoughts are not yours.
So I watched something and it inspired me, and it inspired some kind of feeling and thoughts in me, which led me to make this video here. My journey is to detach from all influences onto my mind and find my own authentic mind. Think what I really am thinking. This is what it means to not focus on the fleeting and instead focus on the eternal spiritual matters, because I'm a spirit. The opposite of birth is death. The opposite of death is birth. Life has no opposites. And so when you realize that we're all interconnected as spirits, you realize that a lot of the thoughts you have and the motives that you have inside of you are just forced onto you, energies that are sent your way. Just like you acquired your body, well, also you acquire some thoughts and emotions that come your way. In other words, they're sent from other spirits onto you as other spirits develop and perceive and think their own organic thoughts. So my whole journey is to not feel the fleeting stuff and find my own true organic spirit, which I lost along the way. What are your thoughts?
People like to learn, and that's how they cannibalized other people's ideas. If you only share your own experiences and you make illegal to share what you cannibalize from other people, for example, like copyright on other people's thoughts and knowledge.
Yeah.
If you learn it, you cannot share. You only can share what you experienced. Then world's knowledge will be so small that it's gonna be, people will be dumb again. So it's necessary evil to share unconfirmed ideas and knowledge. It's unconfirmed. Most of it is harmful. But unless you allow this and not limit people to only what's true experience, confirmed.
Yeah.
Unless you allow it, that world's knowledge will be very small. All the knowledge will die with individual who acquire it. And this is necessary evil to fill the box of your civilization with all kind of bullshit, just to have something in there to keep it big. Maybe it's not good, maybe it's good, who knows, but that's what we settled on. Lots of bullshit.
Is it fine to share knowledge that you know is true? Is it fine to teach people other stuff that is true? Such as how the world works, or
Well, your truth
Yeah.
has the same exactly value as the idea that I made up and pull out of thin air. It's not much better unless I protect your idea. Like, it has more value because you experienced it.
Yeah.
And my idea is worthless because I lied. But society needs to give them equal value, unfortunately. And that way, all the knowledge
So
is bullshit.
let me interrupt. You see yourself as a spiritual being, aka a being that perceives things and has thoughts and matter. How am I to know where my spirit is? You know what I mean? Like, my spirit, this body that I'm using, this position that I'm in this car right now, the family I was born into, the thoughts that I have, these things are not even my own creation. These things are things my own spirit kind of acquired and received. I'm very distanced from my own spirit because my spirit maybe is somewhere else altogether. Maybe it's like this. Maybe the spirit is a little bit ahead of it, but you have to stay near it and close to it. If you fall back, you get depression, anxiety, problems, energetic issues, worries. So you got to stick close to your spirit and it'll guide you. And the spirit is, of course, not tangible. It's not going to be 15 miles away. But it's going to be somewhere that you have to obtain it.
We need to find another word for spirit. If it means imaginary feather that flying over your head anywhere you go, I don't like this word then. Find another definition.
Okay, how about...
That it's actual function of your mind,
Yeah, so...
not the feather in the sky.
I definitely don't think it's physical at all. I think it's immaterial. I think that it is the mind. But think about this. The mind can create thoughts of its own, or it can receive information. So if I say something to you, that's technically me saying something organically, but the thoughts that I'm projecting, I heard it somewhere before. It's recycled. Everything is recycled in this world. The information I'm telling you right now, the frequency I'm talking, I received from somewhere else. Somebody else already did this before.
That's evil, to inseminate people with that stuff.
Like what?
Like there is spirit, there is soul. Let's say there is character trends. Okay? That's what person is. His body plus character trends, predictable behavior, or unpredictable but expected.
Right.
And that's what you need to worry about, not some imaginary spirit. I said imaginary, not by accident. It is imaginary.
But there is something within me that's thinking and processing information. It's not just an imaginary thought that I'm having. There's something tangibly there that I think with, beyond the smell, taste, touch, hear, see.
Function of your brain.
All right, that's fine.
And it's also protest against the knowledge that you were tossed at. You protest it because it doesn't make sense. So you try to put it in the wrong shelf, but it will never settle right because it's not necessary, useless tools that other people use to manipulate you. Forget spirit and
Yeah.
you will be free.
Okay, well, I agree with you, but here's as close as I will get to your pure physical conundrum. The closest thing is I will say is that the body might be nothing to do with spirituality. It's just matter. But there is in fact a consciousness field that the matter connects with. This is why when you learn to ride a bike 5 years old, 20 years later you never ride a bike, you get back on, not a single atom in your body is from that age. But you still know how to ride a bicycle. Naturally.
Well, if it was spirit, you could share it with somebody who didn't ride the bike before. But you cannot teach somebody to ride the bike through your sharing your feelings or understand?
Yeah, I understand. I
It's
understand.
acquired by your body, it's body function. Otherwise you could share it, you could multiply it and give to other people.
Now, is it the body that?
Here's- yeah.
Now, is it the body that learns how to ride a bike, or is it the mind? I think it's the mind.
Mind is body.
Mind is body.
Yeah.
The body is the mind.
Body gets sick, mind gets weak. Function of the body.
Is the body pure matter, or is it made of some kind of intelligent consciousness that can process stuff and move? Is my body moving on its own, or is there some kind of energy that's pushing it? That's controlling it as I put my hand up and down to record a video.
You have program inside. Just like Microsoft Office program. It's open and you type words in it. The same program in your brain. You put words or you put feelings. You're hungry, you walk looking for food.
Hungry, looking for
Still function of the body.
Okay, so you're purely matter. There is absolutely no invisible characteristic that's still tangible, immaterial essence to you. You're purely a body. And how come I can get terrorized or feel scared by somebody and they don't lay a finger on me? How can I feel sad or happy by something in the air that somebody said? If I'm pure matter, shouldn't I only be affected by the senses, the five senses? Are the emotions the matter themselves? Are the emotions the five senses?
Well, you programmed to be careful in dark, not to fall from the cliff. You programmed to stay away from fire, from kind of threatening noises, survival instinct. Everybody, even sea creatures, get scared. It's safer to have fear in you. It's safer for you.
Safer to have fear.
So it's probably part of the program. Program in genetic code, right? If it's mutated to nothing and you lose fear, how long you gonna live before you burn yourself or something?
Yeah. And if the world is so grand as even as to develop human bodies and matter and mountains and air and a sun and moon, who's to say that it can't have some kind of spiritual shade or aspect to it as well? Who's to say that if we can form a human body that can feel emotions and happiness and love, then how is it that there can't be spiritual as well?
Is the spirit parasitizes on a living creature?
I think
Especially it's imaginal.
I think
I think it's disease. Someone who has soul, spirit. It's disease. It's parasite.
So maybe the spirit is intertwined within the body. It's one and the same until they part ways and one separates from the other. It's immaterial. You can't see it. It's within though. It's within the body. It's the energy that's keeping the body alive at the moment of conception. So the soul doesn't enter the body at 5 weeks or whatever. It's at the moment of conception. Because that's when the energy starts living and building from. It's the physical, you know?
Okay, here is the test.
Yeah.
When the child learns about soul,
Yeah.
what age?
The child can learn whenever they're told.
So were they functioning just fine day before?
They were, absolutely. They were definitely alive back then.
So soul and spirit is unnecessary lie,
Soul and spirit is unnecessary alive?
because you can function without it. Maybe even happier, be happier.
That's up for debate. If you can think about the soul, that's one thing. But if it's actually there or not is what we're talking about. Is it already there before you
No,
learn
it's
about
not.
it?
You don't need to
Is the-
learn about it.
Is the pimple on the nose before you actually think about the pimple? It's there. So, I don't know.
So if I didn't tell you it was pimple, you wouldn't notice it, right?
You wouldn't notice, but it would still be there.
So let's not tell anybody about concept of soul. Let's not tell them, and they will never even notice it. They will stay functional and happy or miserable. Doesn't matter.
The soul, actually, if you think about it, you believe in it, you can have belief in some kind of eternal life, some kind of never-ending love inside of you that you can feel forever, whether that's paradise or reincarnation or something else. So it's kind of a nice feeling, not a bad one, per se. So what's wrong with those kind of things?
It's not nice. It's sense of helplessness, sometimes guilt, and burden. The soul, the spirit, unnecessary. I don't have it, I don't miss it, and I don't want it.
Are you it? The soul.
I don't have it.
But are you it? You don't have it. Are you it?
Obviously not.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Like, my religion is probably relaxing and healing and doing what I love and having to eventually get a job. My religion is trying to do my best in life for myself.
If that's your religion, that everything you know about soul is just need to be
Useless.
deleted like empty recycle bin. Doesn't help.
I mean,
If your goal is to get like normal 9 to 5 function, work a day and sleep at night, then that's all you need apparently. You can toss all the knowledge into trash can. Or you want to be busy distracted with soul when you work 9 to 5, or when you need to rest from 5 to 9, when distracting.
it's like a hobby, though. You can contemplate and hope and try to make sense.
So you agree that you need to separate it from your functional part. It's a hobby. So maybe you dedicate 2 hours a day just painting mini figurines, the same kind of time frame, right? Irrelevant to your life.
Yeah, but we don't know what's gonna come next after this life or what happened before it. Maybe it's good. Something pulling me to know about it will be beneficial for me someday in some other experience in the future past this body. That I will be like, hey, I remember my work that I did with this. I have a feeling or this energy or this pull toward this knowledge. So everything is kind of interconnected in this way.
Well, all your predecessors, whatever,
Yeah.
how you call it,
Ancestors?
yeah, ancestors, were winners. They left children after themselves, okay,
Yeah.
and there is no guarantee that winners produce winners, because look at those feminists and gay. They're fucking dead branch. So their ancestors were winners, but they didn't pass survival and even survival of species to their dead branches. They're like lamb dick, and that's it. Useless. That's why, if it was given, then at least it would go to the next fucking air, but it doesn't. And you're gonna say that spirit, that imaginary, will help somebody to live? No, there is no such thing. You're born and you develop, and if you got bad card, you're not lucky. If you got good cards, you play. So there is nothing after individual gun, and everything gun missing.
Okay. So the body dies and nothing remains of the individual for himself or for others.
And the same as soul, that all thoughts evaporate and that's it. All the acquired bicycle ride knowledge gone with that individual.
Right.
I'm trying to say there is no such thing as soul. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to understand. Clearly, I'm less evolved now than I was 20 minutes ago. 5 years ago, I'm more evolved now. So when I was a baby, just because I was younger doesn't mean I was not less evolved.
Well, you live and learn. You know where the vending machine, you better survival than how doesn't know where the vending machine is. Live and learn.
That's what it means to
But
kind of evolve.
your knowledge of vending machine will not go through the flying feather and hit someone in the head. Hey, now I'm gonna be your soul. No. That person need to learn his way to vending machine himself.
So, was I born completely without memories?
Yeah, you were born with
Nothing but a body.
urge to learn and with cautious what to touch, what not to touch, what to put mouse, what not to put in the mouse.
So then, what about like a child likes, let's say, this song but not this song, or this taste but not this taste? It's just pure DNA?
Songs are 100% learned, except maybe tribal dances. Boom, 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 boom. Resonates with your heart, which makes you feel it's special something. Yeah, music taste is learned.
Well, let's see. Cool, let me think more.
What are those balloons? It's like some kind of
Yeah, I know.
gated community grand opening or something?
It shows the kids how to get back home.
That maybe it's special sale.